Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Tuffner, and today I'm going to be bringing you another video in regards to Loadout, and this is just going to be a general overview of some of the options within the game, looking over the crafting system, the servo system, the outfitting, how the microtransactions work, stuff like that, just to clarify things for the people who don't really know what's going on. So first of all, I'm going to start with the in-game store. Now, a lot of you might be concerned that the level of microtransactions within the game might impede your progress, level-wise or in-game wise, where you're facing off against people who've poured, in excess of £50 or, $60 to $70 into the game and have gotten, instant kind of boosts over you. And that's partly true. It's not an unfair system whereby you have to pay for gun parts with anything other than in-game currency, which, as far as I'm aware, you can't buy at the moment with real money, and I hope it stays that way, otherwise it will ruin the dynamic of the game. So far, all you can buy is XP boosts and outfits for your character. So if we look here, this is what we've got so far in terms of real money purchases. We've got starter packs here, and this is kind of ranging from £7. I'm not sure what this would be in dollars, so I apologise for not having that on board. I'll try and put tags in the video just to kind of give you an idea of how much you'll be paying. So you've got $6.99 for the basic one, which is a day of double XP, a day of one whole day of double bloots, which is in-game currency, and a few extra cosmetics there for your characters. Painbringer, which is £19 basically, which is 20,000 space books to spend on cosmetics and the like. Double XP for 7 days, double bloots for 7 days, and even more cosmetics. And then we've got the Absolute Badass pack there. That's 32,000 space books, and 14 days, that's 2 weeks of double XP and double bloots, and even more cosmetics there, which is pretty cool. And an exclusive space dome for your characters. I assume this is across the board, it applies for all characters, which would be nice if that was true. I think it is, as far as I'm aware, but we'll see what happens there. And obviously then you've got your space books. Obviously they say if you buy more, $13.99 for 16,000. The average price, well, we'll see how much they are when I actually go to the store for the cosmetics there. But you can see there's a nice range of good prices: 69p for 600, $3.29 for 3,200, £6.50 basically for 7,000, and £14 for 1,600. Not 1,600, sorry, 16,000. So that's the basic amount of space books you can buy with real money. And XP boosts. Now this is probably going to be the most controversial part. I mean, I can't see any reasonable argument for not getting people to pay for cosmetics. That's the best way of doing it. Cosmetics and loadout space, I think, is the fairest way of implementing a real money system into the game, because the devs need to make money at the end of the day, and I think that's the fairest solution. But boosts, I'm not so sure about. It's still not as pardon my French, as bullshit as making you pay for gun parts, and if that was the case, I don't think I'd even bother playing the game. But XP boost does allow you to get those parts quicker, but at the end of the day, there's obviously going to be a level cap, and if you play for long enough, you're going to reach it and be able to afford everything regardless. So it's kind of just the way you have to look at it is that some people don't have the time to play games like this, and they enjoy the game and they want everything instantly, and if they've got the money, why shouldn't they be able to buy everything instantly? That's one argument, but I don't think that's entirely reasonable. I think that XP boost is probably the best way to go about letting people who don't have the time to sort of gather the in-game currency required to unlock all those parts, which is fair enough. So you can see we've got a number of XP boosts here for 2 weeks up to 30 days for some of them, or for all of them it seems. Both combined and singularly for XP boosts and blue boosts. So that's the in-game currency covered there. So let's go to the tech tree, shall we? This is your basic skill tree for the game. It works in that if you use an item, say for instance a trigger here, a certain trigger, you will level up in that specific item, and you will have to pay for the next stage of the tree, and it will unlock the next one, which again you will have to level up to. I haven't actually looked at this properly, and it does appear that you will have to gain 30,000 experience points each time, which is good because there's, obviously we don't have a gain there, which is nice to see. Sorry guys, bit of wind. But yeah, I think that's a good system. I think obviously they're going to exploit any kind of way that you can spend your bloots as possible. It does look as though they're going to implement a way that you can buy the bloots at some stage, which is going to be unfortunate if they do that, but hopefully they won't. But yeah, you can see this is your basic stuff here. It's nothing game-changing really, it's just a couple of percentage on, say, stability. There you go, hip accuracy, aim accuracy, and accuracy while moving. Very small increments there, which is fair enough. Not too game-changing or bullshitty. Some of them you'll have damage and strength for certain things, obviously if it's a bullet type or whatever. And yeah, it's good to see that there's a moral progression system in here, however moral that might be, that's fine. You've got your locker here, which is your basic statistics for the game, how much you've progressed into a certain level of, you know, say a stock, or sorry, not stock, a certain, you know, weapon type, which is good to see. Basic statistics like kill to death ratio, repping that 1.5 there, oh yeah. Yeah, I'd say I think that's actually, oh that's probably right there, spent 13 minutes, but I've put about 3 to 4 hours within the game so far. And there's your avatar as well, and this is, you know, obviously you can't buy these with bloots, this is real money here, but you know, no one's going to be particularly fussed if they're stuck with one of these three, I don't think. I assume these can be unlocked, not by reaching level 5, so yeah, some of them you don't have to pay bloots for, I'd like to think. Hopefully when these unlocked they're not kind of locked behind a paywall, which would be nice, because some of these are quite nice. I would like to use a few of them. So yeah, that's the basics of the locker there. The outfitter, obviously this is where your cosmetics are held. So I use this lady here for instance, and of course there are a number of customization options here for the head, upper body, lower body and taunts. So let's have a look at some of the hats, shall we? Like I said, all of these are purchased with real money, not in-game money. I don't think there is a store where you can spend your bloops, which is, you know, it's a bit disappointing, but they have to make their money somewhere, guys. I mean, we can't take them points away for everything, really. And I think I probably will invest some real money in the game at some point, because at the end of the day, let's talk about, say, a game like Titanfall, you know, one of the most highly anticipated first-person shooters to come out this year, and they've openly admitted that they're not really concentrating too much on the single player, and it's mainly a multiplayer experience. So, considering that, I mean, this offers the same as a game like Titanfall, and you're going to pay £40, $60 on that. Probably upwards of that, really, with all the, you know, the unlock packs and stuff you're going to have to buy. Because, you know, let's face it, it's published by EA, and they're going to want something other than the, you know, your money for the original game. So I think, and I'm not arguing that this game is going to be better than Titanfall. I'm not saying that at all, but it's still heavily focused on multiplayer. Well, this is just a multiplayer experience, as they've admitted Titanfall is going to be. So when we live in an industry, or within a time of an industry where they admit stuff like that, I think it's okay to spend some real money. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, as long as they don't lock stuff like weapon customizations behind a paywall, like I've said. So yeah, there's your basic customization for the appearance of the characters there. This is the loadouts. And this is where you choose your basic, you know, you customise loadouts within the weapon crafting, and you can put your, oh sorry, double click there, you can put, oh I haven't actually seen this one before, this has gone back to the store, of course I didn't cover all of these, did I? I do apologise for that, I'll go back for that now. Loadouts, so there's your, you're able to buy loadouts and stuff for within the game. Gun slots, that's a bit, gun slots, is that? I assume the gun slots means... Oh no, never mind. I thought it meant gun slots within... When you're in a game, you'll be able to carry 4 weapons instead of 2, for instance. Which I would have had a problem with, but that seems okay. And there's your avatars for your... well, for your avatar, really. The image that comes up. You know, say when you kill a player, or when you're on a scoreboard or in a lobby. That's the image that will come up. So yeah, loadouts, pretty simple here. You customise a weapon in weapon crafting, and you are able to choose the weapon to fit into one of these 3 slots here. Hand grenades you can't customise at this stage, I don't believe, but there is a number of ones here. And of course this is the main reason for speccing through the tech tree. You get a number of these grenades here. I haven't unlocked any of them yet, but I'm certain I'm going to get the healing grenade actually, which should be cool. And then we've got the weapon crafting. Which is obviously the main part of the game and the biggest draw for the game, undoubtedly. So let's have a look at some of the guns that I have customised so far. Let me go back here and actually look at the 2 that I've invested in mostly. Overall, I've probably, like I say, I've been playing for 4 hours in total, and I'm pretty good at the game. I'm not trying to brag here, but I've been at least in the, you know, the top 2 spot of my team every game I've played. And as a result, I've probably generated about 10,000 blutes within that time, which is great, you know. And some of these things aren't too expensive, or as expensive as you might think. Look, the top one here, I have to unlock this through, I actually don't know actually, I think this is assumedly through levels. You have to level up to gain access to these here. But yeah, you see they're not too expensive. You could build 2 guns, 2 modestly, you know, made and, you know, pretty well balanced guns for around about 8,000 is probably your limit there to get one of each thing. Say you wanted one of a different stock, one of a scope, one of a barrel, one of a bullet type, one of a magazine, and one of a trigger. You could probably do that for around 8,000 for 2, but you'd only be buying the most basic stuff here, like the 3rd tier stuff. So yeah, that's where you customise all the stuff there. There is also a randomise button, but obviously whatever it picks for you, you will get to test out and the like. For instance here, say if I was to build something that I wasn't too sure about, I wanted to try it out, this is where I would come to try it out. I don't know whether the NPCs are at present. Usually there are NPCs that populate this area, but oh, here we go. Okay, so this is my ambassador. This is my heavy magazine, sort of short range weapon. You see, it's very effective short range here. Let's just show you what happens here. So it holds 100 rounds. At the moment I have also 2 grenades equipped. These are standard grenades, which you will start the game off with. You don't have to unlock those or anything, you get them as standard. So yeah, that's the one weapon. And for the second weapon I have... These are both custom built here. Let me just do this if you want to leave without saving. Yes. And this is the other one you use, the defib. You have to pardon the names, they're kind of straight off the top of my head type thing. And this is a sort of long-range sniper type thing. This did have a scope on last time, I don't know why it doesn't now. In fact, I'm going to go back and put that on. Defib, scope, that's I usually have the recon on it. And this is obviously great for long range, so I have 1 short range option, 1 long range. And it's pretty effective, as you can see. I was using the laser sniper rifle build at a few hours ago, but I decided to change to this one purely because the laser, well, I'll show you now, the laser builds work on the premise that it's similar to, I'm trying to think of a gun that it works similar to. Basically, it's a charged weapon, so as soon as it hits 100% you have to wait for it to decharge and cool down, obviously. So yeah, that's that one. That's the one I used to use, but don't now, just in case you're wondering. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it, guys, really. I mean, it's, you know, I have to say first and foremost that I am thoroughly enjoying this game, and it is definitely one of my favourite free-to-play titles, as well as one of my favourite shooters I've ever seen, really, and played. You know, the system is fair enough to justify, you know, not having to pay for stuff with real money, and you know, certainly fair enough for you to give it a try. It's a fun style. There's some really cool game modes, some fantastic weapon customization, and yeah, that's about it really, guys. They are still having some server issues at the moment, so I would give it a few days if you don't want to suffer through the rage of, you know, not being able to get into games and the like. But yeah, I hope this video has been informative for you guys, and I shall see you in the next video, where I'll probably have some more gameplay here of some of my better matches. So yeah, guys, leave some feedback, positive, negative, it's all welcome, and I shall see you next time. Toodaloo!